Hello everyone. Okay. So welcome to the course of Electrical Machine 2. Last lecture we have discussed the EMF method and MMF method to determine the voltage regulation in synchronous generator. Okay. So today we will discuss the very accurate method, that is Portier triangle method, or we can say zero power factor method. Okay. So let's summarize the last two methods. That is, first we have discussed EMF method in indirect methods. So in EMF method, all the drops are considered as a voltage drop. All drops considered as voltage drop. That's why we call it EMF method. Okay, and here what was the problem? The armature reaction effect was totally demagnetizing, so the synchronous impedance was more than the actual value. That's why it was a pessimistic method. Okay, the synchronous impedance was more than actual. Okay, so it was a pessimistic method. Okay, and in MMF method, all drops considered as MMF drop. Okay, MMF drop. Okay, and in this method, the leakage reactance drop and armature reaction drop are combined. They were combined. So in this method, our voltage regulation is less than the actual value, so it was a optimistic method. Okay, here XL plus XAR, those drop were in terms of MMF, and our actual regulation is less than actual. Our regulation was less than actual, so it was a optimistic method. Okay, so now what we are going to discuss, that is the Portier triangle method, and it is adapted from MMF method only, but here we can separate this leakage reactance XL drop with the armature reaction drop. Okay, here we can separate, and our voltage regulation will be the accurate here. Okay, so let's first discuss how to plot the Portier triangle, and then we'll discuss the analysis of that triangle. Okay, so here again we have to perform some tests. The first test we have to perform is the OCC test that we were performing in impedance method or EMF method also. Okay, open circuit test. Open circuit test means we have to just open circuit the stator, the armature, and apply field current, various field current, and note the open circuit EMF. Okay, then here's some one more test, that is zero power factor test we have to perform here. What we'll do in zero power factor test? Zero power factor test means we'll connect a purely inductive load, that is zero power factor. Purely inductive load to the armature. Okay. So first we'll vary the field current and we'll reach the rated output open circuit EMF. Then we'll connect the inductive load, purely inductive load. Okay. So if we connect purely inductive load, naturally the voltage will drop, the terminal voltage will drop. Then we have to increase our field current. Okay, and we have to reach the rated voltage point. Okay, so what will happen here? We have to connect pure inductive load to armature and increase the load to the full load, increase load to full load condition, then increase field current to increase field current to reach a rated terminal voltage, armature voltage. Okay, because if we connect load, then voltage will definitely drop down, so we have to increase field current to reach the rated terminal voltage. Okay, so how you will draw this zero power factor curve? Let's draw it. Suppose this is field current and this is your E phase. Okay, so here is our OCC curve. Okay, field current versus open circuit EMF. So how you will draw this zero power factor curve? So you have to find 2 points and connect them parallelly with OCC curve. The first point you will get is the IF, that is field current, MF required to produce a short circuit current. Okay, so first we will short circuit the armature and will vary the MMF, that is field current, and will get the point where MF required to reach the short circuit current. Suppose in SCC test, we have a short circuit current here. So suppose this is the MMF required, okay, to flow a short circuit current in armature. Second point, where you'll get, second point is this current, field current to reach the rated terminal voltage. Suppose it is here somewhere, field current required to reach the rated terminal voltage. Suppose this is the point V rated. Okay, so you just have to connect this point parallel to your OCC. Okay, so make it clear. I'm roughly drawing it. Okay, so this is your zero power factor curve. Now how to draw your white triangle? So from this point, let's say this is P, you have to draw a parallel line of the same length that we have here, the MF required for short circuit current. So for this length line you have to draw from here. Okay, got it? Now let's say this is your point R. Now let's draw a unsaturated air line. Okay, unsaturated, this is air gap line, and draw a line parallel to this air gap line here from R to OCC. Okay, then you will reach here, let's say Q. Then draw a perpendicular on this RP line from here like this. Let's say this is S, and now this will be your pointed triangle. Okay, so you just have to follow the simple steps. First you have to draw the zero power factor line. How will you draw it? The 2 point you need to establish first. The first point is the IF, the field current required to produce a short circuit armature current, and second point you will get the field current required to produce a rated terminal voltage. Okay, then connect these 2 points parallel to OCC curve. You will get your zero power factor curve. Then from point P draw a line parallel to this IF and at exact length of this IF, and then from this point R draw a line parallel to the air gap line, and you will reach at OCC at point Q. Then draw a perpendicular on RP line. Okay, so here this length, this Q and S, this length, this is your leakage reactance drop. Okay, so this will be your leakage reactance drop. Okay, so if you have to find the leakage reactance XL, you will directly calculate QS divided by IA, length of QS divided by IA. So this will be in terms of voltage, and divided by IA you will get XL. Okay, so from here you will get XL, and this length, that is PS, this length is the MMF, let's say FAR. This is the MMF required to produce armature reaction. Okay, so here we have discussed earlier that the leakage reactance will be in terms of voltage drop, and this armature reaction drop will be in terms of MMF. Okay, in synchronous impedance method all drops were in terms of, we are considered as a voltage drop. In MMF method all drop we considered as a MMF drop, but here actual, it is V is equal to, sorry, EPH is equal to V plus I RA plus J I XL plus XAR. So this IA, RA and XL drop is actually a, we will consider as a voltage drop. Okay, and this IA, XAS, XAR, this is armature reaction drop, we will consider as a MMF drop, because it is a MMF drop. Okay, because of armature reaction, because of the MMF of armature. Okay, so here we are dealing with the actual condition. Okay, so what we'll do now, if you have XL from this diagram, next what we will do, let's move it. Next you will find your, let's say, EPH dash with the formula VPH cos phi plus IA RA you can calculate. We have discussed in last lecture that directly connect a DC source to the armature, one armature phase, and calculate your voltage current, divide this P by I, and then multiply by 1.6 and you will get the AC resistance. So this drop we can calculate, or we can neglect also. This is very small. So square plus VPA sin phi plus IA XL that we have calculated here, XL. Okay, so from here you will get EPH dash. Okay, अब ध्यान देंगे what we'll do next. Let's suppose this EPH dash is somewhere here in y-axis. Okay, let's say this is here. It should be anywhere. Let's say this is here. Okay, so corresponding to this EPH you will get an IF, a field current required for this EPH from OCC. Okay, so from this EPH you will get another field current, that is IF1, and you have already a field current IFAR, that is for armature reaction drop. So now you have to find an resulting field current, that is a vector sum of these two current, that is IF1 and plus this is vector sum IF1 and IFAR. So you can calculate this also. There is a formula. Let's say IF1 square plus IFAR square plus 2 IF1 IFAR cos 180 minus 90 plus minus 5. From this formula you can also calculate the vector sum of the two armature, the two MMFs. Okay, so when you get this IF, then plot a voltage corresponding to this IF on the OCC, and that will be your EPH for calculation of voltage regulation. So when will you get this IF? Okay, then you will have the EPH corresponding to this IF on OCC curve. So when will you get your EPH? Then you can easily calculate your voltage regulation, that is EPH minus VPH divided by VPH into 100. Okay, so I think this is clear to you. Okay, so एक बार फिर से समझ लेते हैं, फिर से ध्यान देंगे. EMF मेथड में क्या था? सारे ड्रॉप्स हमारे वोल्टेज ड्रॉप के फॉर्म में थे. MF मेथड में सारे हमारे MF के फॉर्म में थे. MF मेथड में हमारा लीकेज रिएक्टेंस और आर्मेचर रिएक्टेंस ड्रॉप दोनों कंबाइंड थे, हम उनको सेपरेट नहीं कर पा रहे थे. That's why it was a optimistic method, because regulation is less than actual quantity. Now we are heading to this Portier triangle method. This is our let's give me the name here. This is our Portier triangle method. So in Portier triangle we can separate our leakage reactance drop and armature reaction drop. Okay, so here we have to again plot OCC. then we have plot this zero power factor, this zero power factor करूँ, इसको हमने कैसे किया प्लॉट, हमें एक पॉइंट मिलना था, एक पॉइंट हमने यहाँ से लिया, वो क्या था कि फील्ड करेंट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर शॉर्ट सर्किट, रेटेड शॉर्ट सर्किट करेंट, फुल लोड करेंट, ओके। तो वो पॉइंट हमें यहाँ मिल गया, एक पॉइंट हमें मिला फील्ड करेंट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर रेटेड टर्मिनल वोल्टेज, ठीक है। दोनों पॉइंट्स हमने मिला दिए ओसीसी कर्व के पैरेलल, ठीक है। ये हमारा जीरो पावर फैक्टर कर्व हो गया। देन फ्रॉम पॉइंट पी एक लाइन ड्रॉ की इस लेंथ के बिल्कुल इक्वल, जो हमारा आई एफ है नीचे, ठीक है। और फिर एयर गैप लाइन के पैरेलल एक लाइन ड्रॉ किया जो कि हमें ओसीसी पे मिला, और उस पॉइंट से हमने परपेंडिकुलर डाल दिया। तो ये जो लेंथ हुआ हमारा, ये हमारा लीकेज रिएक्टेंस ड्रॉप हुआ, और ये जो लेंथ हुआ ये हमारा एमएमएफ, दैट इज फील्ड करंट रिक्वायर्ड फॉर आर्मेचर रिएक्शन ड्रॉप, ठीक है। फिर नेक्स्ट स्टेप हमने क्या किया, हमने ईपीएच डैश फाइंड किया, ठीक है, दैट इज लीकेज रिएक्टेंस ड्रॉप के लिए ईपीएच डैश, ये फॉर्मूले से एक्सएल यहाँ पे लिखा, ठीक है। तो जो भी ईपीएच डैश मिला उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग ओसीसी पे हमने, ओसीसी से जो भी ईपीएच डैश मिलेगा उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग एक फील्ड करंट एक्स एक्सिस पे हमने फाइंड कर ली IF1। अब ये IF1 जो कि रिस्पॉन्सिबल है एक तरह से आपके लिए लीकेज रिएक्टेंस ड्रॉप के लिए, और एक अलग से IFAR जो कि आर्मेचर रिएक्टेंस ड्रॉप के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल था, उन दोनों का हमने वेक्टर सम लिया। तो वहाँ से जो IF मिला उस फाइनल IF के करस्पॉन्डिंग OCC कर्व पे जो भी वोल्टेज मिलेगा दैट इज योर EPH, और इस EPH से आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं अपना वोल्टेज रेगुलेशन, ठीक है। सो ये हमारा एक एक्यूरेट मेथड है। इसके बाद एक मॉडिफाइड, इसी का मॉडिफाइड वर्जन है ASA मेथड, तो वो जनरली आपको आता नहीं है, आपके सिलेबस में होता नहीं, तो यहाँ तक हम अपना कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं वोल्टेज रेगुलेशन। इस पर न्यूमेरिकल भी कर सकते हैं, न्यूमेरिकल कुछ न्यूमेरिकल दूंगा, तो उसको डेटास दिए होंगे इस तरह से टेबल फॉर्म में, और आपको कैलकुलेट करना होगा ये सारे वोल्टेज रेगुलेशन। सो पहले नहीं आते थे इस पे गेट में भी क्वेश्चन, अभी कुछ साल से चलो से गेट में भी इसके क्वेश्चंस आ रहे हैं। तुम्हारे इम्पिडेंस मेथड के भी क्वेश्चन आए, हो सकता है कि आगे रेक्टेंगल के भी आए, ऐसे जनरली अभी तक आए नहीं है उस तरह से, बट आ सकते हैं, क्योंकि अभी क्या हो रहा है गेट में कि आपको लेबर करा रहे हैं, मतलब आपको लगेगा कि क्वेश्चन तो कन्वेंशनल है, वैसे ही ये इसको ये शायद लेंदी हो रहा है, ये शायद मैं गलत कर रहा हूँ, गेट में तो बहुत लॉजिकल आता है, छोटा ऐसा नहीं है। अभी क्या है, कन्वेंशनल क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं, लेंदी आ रहे हैं, आपको करना है, कैलकुलेशन टोटल करनी है और आंसर तक पहुँचना है, ठीक है। तो इन सब के लिए भी आप अब तैयार रहिए।